September 11th, they declared war against us.
Muslims killed us on 9/11, and there is a huge Muslim problem in the world.
Islam did not attack the World Trade Center. Al-Qaeda did.
Muslims killed us. Muslims killed us.
That term, Muslims killed us, is very misleading and I think very false. I think it would be more correct to say they killed us.
I would say that just because some people outside when in the religion did something that was so terribly horrible, you shouldn't categorize the whole religion as being those types of people. You really have to look at the fact that these were a few people, and they do not represent all of Islam or all Muslims in America. As a matter of fact, they probably represent like a very, very tiny portion of Muslims.
Because Muslims living right now in America could also make the same statement that they killed us. You could look at the events of 9/11 and say that those individuals that carried out that heinous act did more damage to Islam than any other Christian missionary, or than any other atheist, or than any other fanatical person of any other religion as well. So Muslims were affected also.
21-year-old Michael Enright got into a New York City taxi last night, asked the driver if he was Muslim, got an affirmative answer, and then allegedly slashed the driver with a knife across the neck, face, and shoulders. Michael Enright was today arraigned on charges of attempted murder 2 as a hate crime.
Muslims died in 9/11 as well. There were not one, but 2 prayer rooms in those Twin Towers that fell down. There are Muslims from all walks of life that worked in the towers, and that used to go to those prayer rooms. So those places of worship were affected. That places of worship that Muslims hold sacred were affected as well.
After Muslims conquered Jerusalem, they built this mosque on the Jews' most holy site. And after Muslims conquered Istanbul, they transformed St. Sophia Basilica into a mega mosque. And when the Moors made Cordoba the capital of their Muslim kingdom in Spain, a Christian cathedral was turned into this, the 3rd largest mosque complex in the world. Throughout history, Muslims have built mosques as permanent symbols of their victories. Now, some Muslims want to build a 13-story mega mosque where terrorists murdered nearly 3,000 people on 9/11.
This is not a mosque. This is a cultural center. This is a center like the 92nd Street Y or the Jewish Community Center. It is planned to have programs to serve the community, to serve both the non-Muslim community and the Muslim community. This is also our expression of the 99.999% of Muslims all over the world, including in America, who have condemned and continue to condemn terrorism. This is about our stand as the Muslim community, which has been part of this community.
And of course, the mosque at Ground Zero. Well, according to one monitoring agency, they said, yes, there's an uptick in the number of mosques that are being built. And of course, accordingly, there are a number of people asking, why are these mosques being built in my community?
My name is Michelle Biondi. I grew up outside of Philadelphia. As far as I'm aware, they are moving forward with the mosque, so whether Fox TV doesn't allow it or not, it doesn't really matter at this point. But really, they have no legal basis to stop the mosque from being built. You know, Fox TV is a very right-winged organization and has very right-winged views, and they don't represent the views of the entire nation, not at all. It's not my view, it's not my mother's view, who's Christian. She believes that the mosque should be built too. She thinks it represents, you know, what America stands for.
Let me be clear. As a citizen and as president, I believe that Muslims have the right to practice their religion as everyone else.
I work at the mayor's office of contract services, which is about 2 blocks away from where they're going to build the cultural center. My friend, my office mate who I work with, she's also Muslim, and we've decided that they're going to open a pool and we're going to go and join, and it should be really great.
If you want to attack the Taliban or Afghanistan or Al-Qaeda, I'm fine with it. If you want to attack the Nazis, I'm fine with it. But when you know, we didn't say, we talked about this months ago, Mr. O'Reilly, we didn't say the Germans, we said the Nazis.
Dialogue of us and them, of Islam in the West, of East meets West, dialogue of these two opposite this binary opposition, these two oppositions between these two forces, is something, it's an idea that is perpetrated by people on the right that need clear, defined limits, that don't accept that there are various shades of gray. Everything's not just black and white. It's various shades and various degrees of gray now.
This is America, and our commitment to religious freedom must be unshakable. The principle that people of all faiths are welcome in this country and that they will not be treated differently by their government is essential to who we are.
Allahu Akbar.